folks, and welcome back to another episode of Pinal Prep Spotlight, brought to you by 911 Air Repair, your local air conditioning expert specializing in maintenance, repair, and new installations. We are continuing on with our games of the week. For this week, we are talking baseball once again, and we are going down to the 2A level. Santa Cruz Valley is off to a really solid start. The first power rankings for the AIA came out earlier this week, and Santa Cruz came in at number 9. Neither of us have been able to see these Dust Devils just yet, but going off of their stats, David, what can you tell us about this team?
This is a really solid team all around. I know we kind of, in our preview, we kind of mentioned them that they were kind of going to be one of the teams that we need to look out for this year, and they're proving why. They have a really solid year, a really solid start, like you mentioned, and a lot of guys are contributing. And the cool thing is that it's not just seniors dominating. There's a lot of underclassmen, guys like Nathan Ruiz, who are batting .625 with 38 at bats right now. It's just a really solid group. Another guy, Richard Reyes, another sophomore, doing a really solid job in his sophomore year. So it's just a really good group of guys that have been there before, but also new blood that are kind of breathing life into this program. And this program's kind of been on the up and up for the last few years now. We've really seen them kind of blossom into a really solid core here. So it's just going to continue to keep that up against the game against Heritage Academy. Heritage Academy isn't the most powerful team that they're going to face, but that's kind of the norm for a lot of our teams when it comes to region play and the local teams that they face as well. So Santa Cruz is going to be continuing on this run. I think they're going to have a really solid year. It just comes down to, can they get it done both on the mound, and can they keep that consistency when they're inside the batter's box.
As David mentioned, they are going to be playing Heritage Academy Levine. This is a Thursday game, and just looking at Heritage Academy, while their record doesn't show it, I don't know what's going on here, because the guys' numbers, they're pretty solid. They are currently led by Gabriel Pinera, batting point .333, Brendan Wedden, Isaiah Ruiz, Jared Whitman, all these guys batting around 300 more or less. They have around 7 hits each, and just overall, I think maybe the problem for Heritage Academy might be on the defensive end, because pitching wise, they also do a pretty solid job. They, as a team, they have a 4.26 ERA. PJ Soltero, Felix Molero Martinez, and again Isaiah Martinez. These guys have carried majority of the load for Heritage Academy. But looking at this game, this is a pretty big deal, like David mentioned, going on into region play. But the biggest question here for Santa Cruz is, yes, they are doing good right now, which that kind of does factor into AIA rankings and everything, which leads into that play-in games and the state tournament. For the past 4 years, Santa Cruz has made it to the play-in game 3 of those years. And the big question here is, can they make it past the play-in game this year, or possibly, hey, because they are in the top 10 right now, can they maybe sneak in just one more spot and be a top 8 team and completely bypass that play-in game and make it to the state tournament? David, any other thoughts?
I think you kind of hit the nail on the head here. This is just another step that they have to take in order to get to where they want to be. Like you mentioned, their playing success hasn't been the greatest, so they want to bypass that round. And this is a game like this is important. You got to pick up these wins. You got to get hot at the right time. This is all leading up to that, and I think if they can do that, they're going to be setting themselves up for success later in the year.
As always, be sure to check out Pinal Central for all of your local sports coverage.